What a match we've just witnessed. The final score is in, and it's a staggering 5-1 in favor of the Netherlands. The atmosphere in the stadium was electric, with the Dutch fans cheering on their team as they dominated the Swedish side. The stakes were high, with both teams fighting for a spot in the next round. The drama was palpable, with every tackle, every pass, and every shot on goal filling the crowd with tension and excitement. The Netherlands came out strong, determined to make a statement in this crucial group stage match. And what a statement they made. The Swedish team, on the other hand, struggled to keep up with the Dutch onslaught. The question on everyone's mind was, could Sweden mount a comeback, or would the Netherlands run away with the win? The answer would have to wait until the final whistle, but one thing was certain: this was going to be a match for the ages. The first half was a masterclass in Dutch football. The Netherlands started stronger, with their high-pressing game causing problems for the Swedish defense. The Swedish team, however, refused to back down, and they created some half-chances of their own. The tactical battle was intense, with both teams trying to outmaneuver each other. The Netherlands' midfield trio was dominant, controlling the tempo of the game and creating scoring opportunities. The Swedish team, on the other hand, relied on their quick counterattacks to catch the Dutch off guard. The momentum shifted back and forth, with both teams having their share of near misses. But as the half drew to a close, it was clear that the Netherlands were the more dangerous side. They had more possession, more shots on goal, and more corners. The Swedish team, despite their valiant efforts, couldn't keep up with the Dutch pace. The question was, would the Netherlands capitalize on their dominance and take the lead before the break? The second half was a different story altogether. The Swedish team came out with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to get back into the game. They pushed forward, creating some good chances, but the Dutch defense held firm. The Netherlands, on the other hand, continued to dominate possession, and their pressure eventually paid off. The Swedish team's substitutions didn't quite have the desired effect, and the Netherlands took full advantage. The Dutch team's tactical shifts caught the Swedish side off guard, and they began to pull away. The pressure was mounting, and the Swedish team was struggling to keep up. The comebacks, the counterattacks, the desperate attempts to get back into the game, it was all in vain. The Netherlands were on a roll, and nothing was going to stop them. The crowd was on the edge of their seats, cheering on their team as they scored goal after goal. The atmosphere was electric, and the Dutch fans were ecstatic. The Swedish team, on the other hand, was left to ponder what could have been. The final whistle blew, and the Netherlands had emerged victorious, with a convincing 5-1 win. In the 10th minute, the Netherlands scored their first goal, with a beautifully crafted move that left the Swedish defense reeling. The build-up was a counter-attack, with the Dutch team transitioning quickly from defense to offense. The moment of the strike was pure magic, with the ball flying into the back of the net. The crowd erupted, and the Dutch team celebrated their early lead. The Swedish team, on the other hand, was left to pick up the pieces. In the 25th minute, the Netherlands scored their second goal, with another impressive display of skill and finesse. The build-up was a set piece, with the Dutch team capitalizing on a Swedish mistake. The moment of the strike was clinical, with the ball finding its way into the net. The crowd was delirious, and the Dutch team was on a roll. In the 40th minute, the Netherlands scored their third goal, with a stunning individual effort. The build-up was a solo run, with the Dutch player beating several Swedish defenders. The moment of the strike was breathtaking, with the ball flying into the top corner. The crowd was ecstatic, and the Dutch team was cruising. In the 60th minute, the Netherlands scored their fourth goal with a beautifully crafted move. The build-up was a counter-attack, with the Dutch team transitioning quickly from defense to offense. The moment of the strike was pure class, with the ball finding its way into the net. The crowd was on its feet, and the Dutch team was dominating. In the 80th minute, the Netherlands scored their fifth goal, with a stunning display of skill and finesse. The build-up was a set piece, with the Dutch team capitalizing on a Swedish mistake. The moment of the strike was clinical, with the ball flying into the back of the net. The crowd erupted, and the Dutch team celebrated their convincing win. Sweden scored their only goal in the 90th minute, but it was too little, too late. The build-up was a solo effort, with the Swedish player beating several Dutch defenders. The moment of the strike was a consolation, with the ball finding its way into the net. The crowd acknowledged the Swedish effort, but the Dutch team was the clear winner. The Netherlands' tactics were spot on, with their high-pressing game causing problems for the Swedish defense. The Dutch team's midfield trio was dominant, controlling the tempo of the game and creating scoring opportunities. The Swedish team, on the other hand, relied on their quick counterattacks to catch the Dutch off guard. But the Netherlands' defense was solid, and they were able to cope with the Swedish pressure. The Dutch team's substitutions were also clever, with the introduction of fresh legs and new ideas that caught the Swedish side off guard. The Swedish team's tactics, on the other hand, were more reactive, with them trying to respond to the Dutch onslaught. But they couldn't keep up with the Netherlands' pace, and their defense was eventually breached. The formations were interesting, with the Netherlands opting for a 4-3-3 and Sweden choosing a 4-2-3-1. The pressing styles were also different, with the Netherlands applying high pressure and Sweden opting for a more defensive approach. The standout performer for the Netherlands was their midfield trio, who controlled the tempo of the game and created scoring opportunities. The Dutch team's striker was also impressive, with his clinical finishing and clever movement. The Swedish team's goalkeeper was their best player, with several impressive saves that kept the scoreline respectable. The Dutch team's captain was also impressive, with his leadership and vision on the pitch. The Swedish team's midfielder was their most creative player, with several impressive passes and runs that caused problems for the Dutch defense. But overall, the Netherlands had more impressive individual performances, with several players standing out. The man of the match was undoubtedly the Dutch team's midfielder, who controlled the game and created several scoring opportunities. The world is buzzing with reactions to this thrilling match. The Dutch fans are ecstatic, with many taking to social media to celebrate their team's convincing win. The Swedish fans, on the other hand, are disappointed, but they're still proud of their team's efforts. The pundits are also weighing in, with many praising the Netherlands' impressive performance. The media is filled with analysis and commentary, with everyone trying to make sense of this dominating display. The Netherlands' win has significant implications for the group standings, and the world is watching with bated breath. The Swedish team's loss is a setback, but they're still in the tournament, and they'll look to bounce back in their next match. The Dutch team's win, on the other hand, has put them in a strong position, and they'll look to build on this momentum in their next match. This result has significant implications for the group standings. The Netherlands are now in a strong position, with their convincing win over Sweden. The Swedish team, on the other hand, is in danger of being eliminated, with their loss leaving them with a tough road ahead. The group is still wide open, with several teams still in contention. The Netherlands' win has put them in the driver's seat, but they'll still need to navigate their remaining matches to ensure their progression. The Swedish team, on the other hand, will need to regroup and refocus if they are to have any chance of advancing. The tournament picture is changing by the minute, and this result has added a new layer of complexity to the group standings. The world is watching with bated breath, and the stakes are higher than ever. The Netherlands' win has sent a statement to the rest of the teams in the tournament they are a force to be reckoned with, and they'll stop at nothing to achieve their goals. And that's a wrap, folks. What a match we've just witnessed. The Netherlands have delivered a stunning performance, thrashing Sweden 5-1 in their World Cup 2026 Group F match. We hope you've enjoyed our analysis and highlights, and we'll see you in the next match. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more World